Mandatory update. Nights.
Bail out.
You know, we probably have a really high dropout rate from our videos because there's so much gibberish at the beginning.
Yeah,
We're not jumping. Don't jump right in.
That's a thing you
Yeah.
can look at.
Oh, yeah,
have-
that's what I'm saying.
On YouTube,
Retention.
Yeah, retention. We
I've
probably
got
have,
I've got like 3 cards here that say we have to kind of.
This is not fast and loose.
This is fast and
What
loose.
is this?
Fast and loose. We got the cards. We got the fast and loose cards.
Oh, that's
Alright.
so structured.
All right, so that was card 1. Mike accuses me of not being fast and loose for using
I'm
cards.
just thinking of the dropout rate here. We're not going to have the retention that
Everyone's
we need
gone.
for
Elise
views.
bitches about the dropout rate. That's card 2.
Look, if you guys can shut up for a second, we can start the show.
Okay.
We already started it. That's all part of the show. This is all part of it. Huber's racist Native American
Yeah.
song.
What? I
It's
wasn't
all
even
part of
thinking
it.
Native American.
What are you thinking?
Just chanting.
Chanting.
There's nothing to do with Native Americans. People chant.
You're a very pure soul.
AFI
yeah.
chants and bellows.
Who does?
AFI. Listen to AFI.
A fire
The
inside.
band?
Fire inside, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the American Film Institute.
Them too. I'm sure they chant.
Dropout rate is just
Everyone's gone.
giving me
Welcome to
sweats.
Mandatory Update
No, we
Nights.
got the AFI fans back in.
They're like,
Yeah.
like you really like
The American Film Institute people are right in.
Here we go. Welcome
Right
to
in
Mandatory Update
Okay.
Nights.
Welcome to Mandatory Update Nights.
I'm Elyse Willems.
I am Ian Hinck.
I am Michael Hubert.
And I'm Kyle Bosman.
Bosman, what was the deal with you in the meeting today?
I was just having a laugh.
You're being all mean to me. Every time
Kyle
I
was pretty
talked
Bosman was
mean
on
in our
edge.
morning meeting.
he was just ignoring me.
Which I think is very funny.
You
'Cause
would
he got a
think that's
rise out
funny
of you.
because you're a bastard.
You got a rise out of you.
He ignored Ian and then culminated it with assigning Ian's idea to me.
Yeah.
And
You know what it
was
is?
pretty
He's been sitting next to Matt Blair for too long. The master of trolling.
Sure.
Those Matt Blair trolls rubbing off.
Is he the master of trolling?
No, but
He's really good at it.
You know, vibes are real, and you know, if I had like Huber next to me, things would be very different.
There's like a barrier
yeah.
between us.
I don't
just
think
that
this
little
is pink
slit.
paper. I think they just printed it pink.
Wow.
That
It's all
reminds
ink.
me of the topic of our show today.
Oh, Christ.
Today, we're taking it back.
I love your boots.
Thank you.
Yeah, me too.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They're the perfect brown, and I like how the tip gets a little darker.
That
Speaking
is
of
cool.
the tip,
You didn't spill anything on
here's
there?
a tip.
It's like the patina of age, but controlled in a way that is fashionable and
I
attractive.
like the sweater actually. All the
It's a really
little
good sweater.
holes.
Thanks. I got this sweater in 2010, which was
Whoa.
a
I'm wearing my
phenomenal
glasses
year for
today.
gaming.
Which is different.
It was a phenomenal year for gaming.
It's actually
Damn it, she got it
real
out.
bad gaming year.
What?
2010. Ugh.
Let's talk about that.
2010.
Because
Damn, you tricked her.
Today,
She tricked us
we're-
into talking about the theme of the show.
today we're going back, time machine, 2010, 5 years ago.
God.
Talk about how gaming has changed since then.
Oh, 5 years. That's a cool idea for a show.
Thanks.
This is so rigid and slow. Slow and tight.
Yeah, I'm feeling the tension.
Wait, we just got done talking about it. We just got to a point of talking about
Yeah.
it. We're like 5 minutes into this.
We're this 5,
Yeah.
6 minutes
Yeah.
too early.
Yeah.
Well, my cards.
January 1st, 2000. I'm kidding. I'm
Where are your
kidding,
cards?
I'm kidding. They're over here.
What was the very first game released in 2000?
I don't know. I just kind of picked out the most
Okay.
interesting games, but let's see how maybe your opinion will change by
I
the
need
end
to
of
look that up.
this,
I'm sorry.
because
I'm gonna look
I
that up.
think that
It was a good year.
I think there were some really great games. January alone, I don't necessarily agree with this one, but January had Darksiders,
1 or 2.
1,
Decent game.
Bayonetta,
Really good game.
Silent Hill Shattered Memories,
The last good Silent Hill game. That was in 2010.
Mass Effect 2,
The
And
best Mass Effect.
VVVVV.
VVVVVV. I love that game.
That's a good month.
Wow.
Mass Effect 2
That's
came out in
January.
Dude.
Wow.
VVVVV.
Bayonetta, Darksiders, and Divinity 2 Ego Draconis were the 3 games released first in 2010.
There was a run
January
of
5th.
VVVVV
You have to
where I
get it.
died like 760 times because it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to get whatever the collectible is. You have to go up one side of spikes and then fall down the other side of spikes, it was hard.
I grabbed that in like an OG Humble Bundle way back in the day. I'm not really into Humble Bundle anymore. I don't know.
They seem to have kind of petered off.
From what the original idea was.
Yeah, well, they used to be, every time a Humble Bundle came out, I was like, yeah, these games are awesome. Now it's like
It's like
weird
once a month.
Tecmo Koei games that I don't want. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's another bundle with all of the Total War games. Great, thanks. Don't want it. Oh, it's a bunch of phone games I already have.
Where was everybody in 2010?
I was in the first half I was living in Chicago.
Okay,
And
so at this
then-
point you're in Chicago. January you're in Chicago.
January I
right
was
now.
in Chicago, yeah, and then in August I moved home for a month, and then I moved here in September
Oh, this is gonna get exciting then.
Yeah, I was in Toronto.
of 2010. You were in Toronto,
Still, I was working at EB.
but you were
Whoa.
dating
So-
James already.
Yeah, so I had
Via the internet. Power of the internet.
I worked at an EB but had no money to buy any of these games.
So you didn't play any of those games?
Just borrow.
Yeah, no, I mean I played
Couldn't you just
played
steal
some
them
like no.
from EB
There was
Games?
no
borrow
bar.
them?
No.
Okay,
10% discount.
that eats up a couple of these cards.
I think I'm unemployed in 2010.
You were where?
Like unemployed or barely employed.
You're
I
barely
think-
employed now.
I think I'm, yeah, true. I think I'm working at Activision. I'm doing QA.
What?
Yeah.
That's not barely employed.
More
Well,
like Slack.
It was the kind of thing
division.
where like they could fire you in an instant,
Oh.
and then you didn't get hired again until the
What?
next project popped up.
Yeah.
So you would have just like little pockets of being unemployed.
Yeah.
Because I remember playing Darksiders and Bayonetta, but like not all the way through.
Are those
either of them.
Activision games?
No. What I would do is this thing called the G Box. If you went to 7-Eleven, it's basically Red Box, but only video games.
Whoa.
It's orange.
Where was this?
The game box.
It was in 7-Eleven. It was on the inside of
but
this.
where?
Oh, so
Were you
I
out
actually,
here already?
Yeah, I used to live where Huber lives now at Park La Brea.
In that building.
Yeah, sorry I called out where you live.
No.
Don't go to Park La Brea.
No.
Ah, you just got
No.
doxxed.
It's very big.
Hey, yeah, good luck finding me.
It's very
Bosman just doxed
11,000 people there.
So did you?
11,000?
11,000 residents.
This city.
Did they
It's
still
horrendous.
have these in
No,
7-Elevens?
it ended.
Did
and then
Redbox push it out?
It really broke
I've
my
never
heart.
heard
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I think it wasn't
G-Box.
profitable.
It couldn't have been.
Yeah.
What were you doing, Huber?
I was in college in San Francisco.
Living the D.
Living the
Where-
dream. I was
Ellen, that's
rooming.
so much
hope.
Ellen, that
I was rooming with my best friend and my cousin, who was actually going to medical school. It just happened.
I didn't know we went to
to go
college
there.
together.
What?
He said best friend.
Oh, I'm one of my.
I met
best
your
friends.
cousin. I'm your cousin.
Yeah,
I thought I was
we're
your cousin.
related. Distant relation.
What was your major?
journalism?
Oh,
Minor in
so
film.
we're not talking. We're talking about 2010, not 1910.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
journalism!
San Francisco State, man, good journalism school. Very good.
SFS.
Yeah.
Anyway,
One
I
of
just
the
thought this
tops.
was interesting how many good games came out in January
That was a
2010.
decent
Because usually
month. That's a
January's a
good-
dumping
There were
ground.
2 good
Yeah.
games that came out. 3.
I think these would all be considered 5 decent games.
Darksiders is fun. It's a good game.
Never played it.
It's really cool.
And then February, Heavy Rain came out.
Love Heavy Rain.
I
I was so
Love
excited
it.
about
I
Heavy
was
Rain.
Love
yeah.
it.
I
This
was
is so
so
fun.
I had the most
excited about it.
depressing ending of all time.
They were all depressing.
Dude,
And
I was
none
at
of
like
them
a
made sense.
I was at like my kid's grave.
What's his name?
Shot myself in the head.
Sean!
Jason!
Jason!
You're probably at Sean's grave. Jason's the one
Jason!
that gets lost first.
I don't know, man. Like my kids died, everyone died. I blew my brains out. Like
You
depressing.
blew your brains out?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Most
What was
depressing
my
ending
ending?
ever.
I think I got the ending where you have to chase him up a grain elevator,
Yeah.
and then as the girl, I think my ending centered around the girl.
Oh, because the guy died, huh?
Maybe, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. If a game can evoke such an extreme emotion out of me, like when you go to the drug dealer's house, and it's like, you have to kill this guy, or I'm going to kill your son, or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
no. I'm not going to kill this guy. Yeah, he might sell drugs, but has he killed anyone? Like, this guy's
You could like
basically
cut off
innocent.
his fingers and stuff, right?
I don't know, but I didn't kill him, and then my game just spiraled
I
out of
think
control.
Yeah.
Did he kill your son?
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah, my son died.
Right. David Cage wanted you to kill that guy.
Yeah, and I felt bad. I wasn't gonna kill him. I'm like,
Right.
no, I'm not doing this. So they evoked that really intense
would
emotion.
you-
Yeah. They put a value on someone's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a game, which is intense.
Let's say Mike Huber.
Yeah.
I put you in a room
Yeah.
with a gun, and there's a video feed of. I'm not me. I'm some crazy person that would actually do
Like
this.
Saw.
Yeah.
So I'm me. And
Jigsaw.
I'm in a room with your son. You have a son.
Yeah.
Who you love
More than anything.
more than anything in this world.
Mikey
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah.
And little Mikey J.
Yeah.
And I got a gun to his head.
Yeah.
And I say, kill this stranger, or I'll kill your son. They're like a certified public accountant or something.
Yeah.
Just completely innocuous,
Yeah.
inoffensive.
Yeah.
Probably in the
They're
yoga.
like crying and stuff.
Yeah. They're all right. They're being like they're being okay about it.
I have no assurances. I mean,
They're like,
even if I kill
remember
that
Heavy
person-
Rain, man. Remember Heavy Rain.
If I kill,
Would you kill this guy?
I don't think so. Because if I kill that person, I have no assurances on if
What
they're
if
gonna let my
I? What
kid
if I go? I go 30 seconds, Mr. Huber, and then I shoot your son in the hand.
Jeez.
Here's the thing.
I'm not playing those games.
You gotta consider your son dead. Your son doesn't want to grow up with that life in which his dad
Murdered someone in
so
cold
he
blood.
can live. Like he's gonna become an adult. He's gonna become effed up.
He's gonna carry that
Yeah.
Whoa.
forever.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
deep.
I just thought of a crazy gambit.
Okay.
So clearly that person, that crazy person who's threatening your son,
Yeah.
is doing this to destroy you, right?
Yeah.
To screw with you.
Right.
Would you beat them if you just blew your own head off?
Yes.
Shot yourself?
Yeah.
Take away their power?
Yeah. It's like shoot the hostage.
Shoot the hostage.
You
They'll
are the
probably
hostage.
kill your son anyway.
Yeah.
But they might not.
He really
And
does.
you'll never know.
Yeah.
So what's the matter to
They
you?
didn't put that in Heavy Rain. They should have put that in Heavy Rain.
Shoot yourself.
To me, the interesting thing about this month with Heavy Rain was that I finished Heavy Rain and then thought, oh God. But I look back at, the more time that passes, the more I look back affectionately at playing Heavy Rain
Love it.
and that experience. Whereas
Right?
BioShock 2, which came out that month,
Ooh.
I enjoyed it at the time.
Yeah, but now it's.
But then as more time passed, I was like, good God.
BioShock 2 is one of those where I played the whole thing, beat it, and then immediately I was like, there was pretty much nothing to that.
It's just
I really
more
like
of
the
same.
time period.
That's the thing is, if you just want more of the same that you can enjoy, BioShock 2 is entertaining
Yeah.
enough.
But it didn't have that. It didn't have that like twist that like because BioShock 1 had that moment, you know, that is that famous moment where you're just like where you're just like, oh my.
Don't you hate the
You're
would
like,
you
they're-
kindly?
Yeah, they're building me.
Kyle Bosman hates it.
Kyle Bosman
Would you
hates
kindly?
BioShock.
Tell us about it.
Kyle Bosman hates
Tell us why you hate
BioShock
this.
All right.
because he's an idiot.
Here's why I hate it.
Okay.
It's just like, oh, this whole time you've been playing a video game because I told you to. And it's like, no, that was the only thing to do in this world. That is the only singular path that I could have done. It's like, ooh, no, I twisted your mind, didn't I?
You've been slowly been like groomed into being a monster.
No, I haven't. Yeah, I guess so.
Well, how do you feel about Shadow of the Colossus?
if there
then?
was another option, then maybe.
Yeah,
How do you
there's
feel
not
about
in
Shadow of the Colossus?
There's no
It's
other
sick,
option.
because nobody's just like, nobody at the end is just like, a man chooses, Wanderer. You chose, like you were controlled. No one's
I
like,
mean,
the
I
judgment
see what
isn't-
you're saying.
Yeah.
But like I don't disagree. But you're an idiot.
It's also like sometimes like reviews will affect how I think about a game.
That's
I
not
just
good.
remember this one review is just like, when you start, you're in the water, you see fire, you go after the fire, but that's part of it, isn't it? You'll understand later. What the
hell?
Because like you,
All
as,
right, that person is just a pretentious loser.
you as a
Like,
player going toward the fire is part of this whole theme of, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
didn't have to go toward the fire.
The biggest
But you did.
takeaway from
Yeah.
that game was when that cutscene ended. One of those moments I'll never forget. You're in the water and you see the lighthouse or whatever. You see the fire. I didn't know it wasn't a cutscene anymore. I was just like sitting
that
there.
was a really
'cause
cool
games look
moment.
because it looked
That
so
was a
good
really
at that
cool
point.
moment.
I was
did
just
the
like
same thing.
Yeah.
waiting for like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I'm like, wait a sec.
I do that so much in games when a cutscene ends, and then I'm just like sitting there with my dick in my hand, and I'm like,
This
oh,
looks
oh,
too
am I supposed
good.
to play this now?
That happened a lot in Bloodborne, where I was like, because the cutscenes are in-game graphics, you know, too. And so several times I would try to move the camera
Yeah.
during a cutscene. I'm like, oh yeah, right, it's still going.
Bloodborne count? 1.
What?
Rack it up.
No, but here's the thing. With BioShock. I wonder if it was just like a technological. I don't know, because they're not making an open world game. Like, what
No.
are they gonna do? Like, let you go through 6 other paths where nothing happens?
I don't know. Just don't
I don't
try to
know.
make a weird statement out of your cool
Of free
game.
will and agency.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, the free will and agency thing is, you didn't question Like, I get what you're saying. Yes, it's a linear game. You technically did not have a choice.
Suspension of
But
disbelief here, Kyle.
well, the thing to me
Like,
is that
suspension of belief.
the thing to me is not that you didn't have a choice, just that you didn't question the choice. You didn't question the things you were doing because you thought you were being manipulated by Atlas. That was the man chooses a slave obeys thing. Is like, it's yes, you technically didn't have another choice, but it wasn't about choice. It was about questioning
Yeah.
your actions.
Which is completely unfair when it like makes assumptions of you. You know what I mean? Like in that first radio conversation where he's like, "Hey, you trust me right now, don't you?" And
But it's
you're
not
like,
you. It's
It's the
who's the main
it's like,
character in the game?
It's like the character.
Shaved head man.
yeah, it's
whatever his
Shaved
name
Heads
is.
Man, and
Yeah.
it's not you.
The
Yeah.
character is making the choice, not the player, I guess.
Yes.
So we were
Exactly.
Just, we
That's
were
your
just
fault
playing
for
their
transferring
choice.
Kyle Bosman
You
into the
have-
game.
you
It's
have
not
to
Kyle
hit it with the
Bosman.
club. Like you cannot choose
Yeah.
not to hit him with the
yeah,
club.
because it's a video, isn't it? Or do you have to push a button? I don't remember.
You're not allowed to. No. it's
Shaved
just-
head guy.
That one's a cutscene.
The
But I
hell
mean,
is
the
his
the
name?
other cool thing to me is that, well, he's what's his name's son, but like or clone, right? Isn't he?
That game is so
Whatever. But
weird,
like
dude.
the cool thing is that like the thing I liked about it is that the "Would you kindly" was there the whole time. Like he says, "Would you kindly pick up a wrench or something and
Yeah.
defend yourself?" Like he says it from the beginning area of the game. It's there the whole time,
Yeah,
which
that's-
I think is really cool.
That's
like
cheap. No,
way
that's
too much
cheap.
time on
cheap.
BioShock.
Why is
Yeah,
that
way too
cheap?
much.
Way too
Okay.
much
Especially
time.
when Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver came out in March. How can you say this is a bad year for
Pass.
games, Kyle Bosman?
Pass.
Look at his face.
Oh, I love Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I knew that would
Oh
get
my
you.
God.
What is unique to this one is any
Hates
Pokemon you
BioShock.
catch can follow you behind you.
Loves
Oh,
Pokemon
that's kinda cute.
Gold
Yeah.
and Silver.
Strange fellow.
Hates BioShock.
Hates BioShock.
And Yakuza
Who
3
are
came
you
out
for
this
real?
month too.
BioShock's fun.
Yakuza. Hey, Yakuza is one we should do.
Wait, which one?
That was
Which
me,
one came
That
out?
was me
Yeah.
being lazy.
The first one?
3.
3 came out in 2010?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, three's the
2010,
best. 1 and
dude.
3 are the best.
Yeah.
So is 3... What was the leap of 3?
3 was the first one on PS3.
Yeah.
1 and 2 PS2, 3, 4, 5 PS3.
3 was a big deal.
Where are your
3 is
cards?
so
Um,
good. 3 is insane.
April Super Street Fighter 4 came out.
Super Street Fighter.
Super
Crickets.
Street Fighter.
Crickets.
So it was a rehash.
There
the
really
original
wasn't.
was 09?
Actually, there were. I don't have any other games that came out, but Ian has his cards, so maybe
Huh?
he could
So I remember...
check his cards.
I have a good memory for Super. I got a good memory for this.
I think it's on your card.
It was.
no, I think it's...
Mass Effect 2.
ah.
Mass Effect 2.
Capcom was holding an event in Vegas, and me and a buddy, he was crazy about Street Fighter. He's like, "Hey, let's go to Vegas. Let's go see that thing." So we drove to Vegas. We saw Super Street Fighter. They were just showing it off in some big hotel room. Because what was added in Super is new Ultras. You could choose between the Ultra you wanted to do. And so we were like trying to activate all the Ultras and like, oh, look at M. Bison's new Ultra. Oh, look at Ryu's new Ultra.
It's pronounced M. Bisson.
In Bison.
Monsieur Bison.
You just gave me an idea.
And then we
for,
just
for Vegas-themed bagels called Vagels.
Bagels.
Dude, that's
Bagels.
really... This is disturbing.
What?
3 seconds ago, I was thinking about Vegas and bagels.
Because he said Vagels accidentally.
Because I say, you know how I pronounce bagels?
Bagels.
Weirdly, I also pronounce Vegas weirdly.
How do you pronounce
Just
Vegas?
like Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah,
Vegas.
just like...
Follow
Well,
New
instead
no,
of
I don't know what I
Vegas.
say.
Follow New
Vegas.
Vegas, which we'll get to
Vegas?
follow New
Vegas.
Vegas.
That's weird.
later.
Get out of my head!
Bagels.
Vegas.
Get out of my head.
Bagels. What would Vagels be, though?
Actually, a really weird month to release a
Tastes
Pokemon
like
game. They don't do that
cigarette
anymore.
butts.
They look
In
like
March?
money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there on
They
Christmas
taste like
usually now?
regret.
Yeah,
and
it'll be-
tears.
Yeah.
An old
Maybe
old
because Nintendo doesn't
sweat.
have enough games that are coming out.
No, maybe that's normal. Gosh, is that normal?
May had
Love May. May's prime, or March is
Super
prime
Mario
time.
Galaxy 2.
Which month are we on here?
Whoa.
10 out of
May.
10.
2010.
10 out of 10.
Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Game is a
I
10.
never played that
The
one.
game is perfect.
It lacks heart.
Shut
Nice.
up.
Kyle
Just everyone
Bosman
shut
knows.
the
I
fuck
loved
up.
the first one, and then I didn't play the second one because it looked like more of the same. More of the same.
I mean, it is.
Super
people-
Mario Galaxy 2 is without flaw. It is a perfect game. And just because there's no frickin' story like in Galaxy 1 with your damn star bits doesn't make it any worse.
You know what you sound like? You sound like a bad guy in a 90s sci-fi. You've built a robot. You've built the perfect machine. And you're like, my machine is flawless.
Yeah.
It is. It can run
You
fast.
have Yoshi,
Yeah.
you have chili pepper power-ups.
Yeah.
And it is not It is not chained down by feeble human
on.
emotion.
Yeah, and
It's,
that's the
it's
thing.
just a better game. I'm
Which
sorry.
is your
It
favorite
But wait, does it
stage
have
from that
something
game?
for
Which is
your
your
girlfriend
favorite
to do?
level?
Galaxy 2?
Because I can't remember a single fucking one.
I really like
Woohoo!
I really like the drill one when you have to use the drill to go up
He's making this
and
up.
down. No. There's a drill with a ton of like dirt mounds, and you have to go on certain ones to go through on the other.
Oh, there's like
insane.
circles that you see all over. Yeah, there's
It's
like
really
circles
good.
all over the
It's so
structures,
good.
and you can go
If
through
there's
one. and
anything
go
I
through
can
the
say about Mario, it's that there are circles all over the place.
Oh,
So
There's
wait,
always
jeez.
circles.
There's
No,
always
please,
circles all over the place.
please.
It's a very common theme.
Do they have a
with
second
Mario
player like
circles.
BS girlfriend mode, some sexist
Yeah,
mode?
you can. It's probably for like
My girlfriend Erin played the first one with me.
nice.
collecting
Can you
star
please
bits.
tell
Uh-huh.
everyone why you think Galaxy 1
Offensive.
is superior?
Problematic
It has more heart.
terminology.
It is that thing. You're right. Maybe technically,
Nostalgia. So it's
Galaxy
nostalgia.
2 is the better robot,
It is a better game
but Galaxy 1 is just.
because of your nostalgia, because you played it first.
No.
You played it before too,
I mean, it's also like.
and you looked at
Huber.
2 ignorantly, and you were like, "Oh, it's just an expansion."
Huber, unlocking different areas of that ship was so gratifying.
It was
Dude,
really
that
good.
ship
That was the best
sucks.
part.
Oh.
That ship is garbage. There's
Finding new
Hold
areas
on.
in the hub was
There
awesome.
is nothing.
Finding new areas in the
hub's
hub was
boiling up.
great.
No, I'm gonna.
There is
guys stir it up.
nothing
Stir
to
it up.
do on
Stir it
that
up.
ship.
Turn the heat right up.
There
Turn
is
that heat up.
there's literally nothing to do.
There's
on
nothing
the
to
ship.
do. You had to jump up on that rotating thing, and it was really annoying. And then you got up there, and
It
you're
was
like,
like-
"Whoa, there's stuff up here."
It was like, yo, go in this
was great.
room. Okay, now you can go to this world. Oh, this room.
And then you
now
like
go
launch
in this
over to
world.
that other
There's
thing.
nothing there. That's always your argument, is that there's like this hub world, radio towers, unlockables. It's like,
What's
dude,
in
give
the
me
hub
your
world of Mario 64? There's a pointless garden at the top.
64 is hub world is vastly superior to Galaxy 1.
They're the same.
Because you're going through
They
the
got,
castle.
it's just
you're-
random shit that you find. It's the same as Galaxy 1. You
Still-
find
So
the random
here's-
stuff,
It's
and it's
Peach's
awesome.
castle.
You find
There
awesome
are-
stuff.
It's not though, because there's that weird map. So you go to a point, and then you have a map of each level.
In 2.
Into space
That's
travel.
fine.
Space travel is like 2D dimension, like
So?
just go along this one weird path.
Why is that a flaw?
So-
Why is that a problem
So it's
when the
just a
actual
map.
level you're playing is vastly superior?
So in Galaxy, you're activating parts of the ship so you
Clang.
can travel to newer galaxies. Like the more you upgrade your ship, the further you can
So
travel.
just
like
that makes it a
Stargate
better game.
Universe.
That's your only argument all the time.
That's not my only argument.
That is always what you say. You're activating your starship
I still-
to travel farther.
I think the levels are solid in Galaxy 1.
Galaxy 1 is a 10 out of 10.
okay.
Let's get that across.
Sure.
I'm yelling at it, but Galaxy 2 is perfection. Could be the greatest game ever made.
Perfection
Like,
plus.
honestly.
Whoa.
Agree to disagree. Red Dead Redemption came out in May.
Whoa!
Whoa. Man.
Now that's a game.
That's a 10.
I hate GTA, and I love Red Dead Redemption.
2010 rules.
2010.
This is a
5
good
years
year.
ago.
Like, I guess my other question for this episode was, I looked at this year and I thought,
Ugh.
man, this 2015 pales in comparison.
We had Bloodborne.
Is this just me because I'm like in it now, looking at this, thinking that, and I'm seeing 2010 as a nostalgic thing, and I'm thinking it was better, or
Just
We're
the
just
golden
getting started
oldies.
here. We're just getting
are
started
we
in
just getting
2015.
started? We're halfway through the year.
Got $100 Batman coming out.
That's gonna be shit.
Witcher. We got Witcher
Got
coming.
Witcher coming up. We got Persona 5 coming up.
I'm
We already
starting to
had
panic. though.
Bloodborne.
I'm starting to
This
panic.
makes me feel panicky.
I think that this year we'll have Bloodborne will be the standout, Witcher 3 will be a standout, and then the rest might be disappointments. I think.
Persona 5. There's no way.
It's
Like-
not coming out this
Like
year.
Ori and
It's
the
coming
Blind
out this
Forest
year
was
now.
incredible, but
And
Persona 5 is
No
probably
Man's
getting
Sky
delayed.
is Persona 5 will
It's
be great
getting
if it comes out this
delayed.
year.
It's getting-
It's gonna be
Norman
2016.
Sky is gonna be.
Norman Sky is just
Sky.
an art
Good.
installation that no one's ever gonna play.
Also, that month was Toy Story 3, the game.
So
I know it's not on your list.
so good.
But that's a very
I had it on my
Yes.
card.
I was gonna bring
I
it
had
up
on my
because
card.
Yes.
I figured I put it on Ian's card.
Yeah.
Love Toy
Yeah.
Story
She
3.
prepared these cards for
Yeah.
me.
I
She has
figured
cards,
that
but
might
she's
come
not
into
looking at them
play.
because I prepared them for her, so she doesn't care.
If
What's
you're
the-
like, what?
We need to do a final verdict
What?
for Galaxy 1 and 2. I'm sorry. We need to do final verdict.
What final verdict are
We're
you gonna
past
come to?
Galaxy
We're past
Huber.
it.
You
We're-
think 2 is better, he thinks 1 is better. That's what it is.
We ranked Mario games and 2 ranked higher, if I remember correctly.
Can is Rockstar gonna make another game like Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
called Red Dead Redemption 2
Yeah.
in stores 2016.
Electric
no,
Boogaloo.
No way.
They're working on another Western game for sure.
They
They're
have to
on
be.
it. Yeah.
They have to be.
It's coming.
They'd be fools not to be.
Yeah.
They'd be Valve not to be.
Demand is high. Yeah.
They love
Red
it.
Dead-
They
I
I
clearly
feel like
love
they
it.
could make it and have absolutely no connection, reference, or mention of Red Dead Redemption.
They
They
should.
probably shouldn't.
They should do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Wake came out in May too.
Yes.
Hang on a second though. Why do I like Red Dead and I don't like GTA? Is it just the
It may
setting?
be the thematic.
I
Should
think
watch,
it might
Hero-
just be the setting.
But
it
in
is.
setting, but also you're not like some character who's just like, hey, yo, go punch yourself. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You're not like some.
You're
You're like some guy who's like, oh, I want to get my,
There's
save
some
my family or
honor.
whatever the
Yeah.
hell he's talking
John
about.
Morrison is the most human character. Trying to think.
I wish
before I
that
say
they-
that. He's probably the most human character Rockstar's ever.
I
made.
wish that they
some,
would do.
some may say Nico Bellic.
Nico Bellic
Yeah.
I
sucked.
love Nico Bellic.
I wish that they would do like a BioWare style thing where you can at least be a man or a woman, but maybe create your own character, but then still have like that kind of story. Because then I'd feel a lot more connected to it. Because I don't get, like, that's the thing with these games. Like, I don't know, it's a video game. I want to be me. I don't want to be some dude.
I don't feel connected to John Marston.
But I mean, when you're
No,
watching
neither do I. Neither do I.
Sometimes I hate comparing movies to games because it's just weird, and like I feel like we shouldn't do it as much as we do.
Don't do it.
But when you watch a movie, are you like, if it's the main character is a dude, are you like, is it you? Do you want to be you in the movie?
I'm never.
Or are you watching
No,
them?
I'm watching a story about
But I guess when
people.
you're playing the game yourself,
When
you
I'm
wanna be-
controlling
okay.
a thing, I'm like,
Yeah,
why
yeah,
am I
yeah.
controlling this person? They're not me.
But if I feel like I'm just following a strong character's story,
Then
you
it
don't
should be
need
a
to
show.
feel like that you're.
It should be a TV show.
So like
Did you
when I'm
ever-
playing Donkey Kong, I'm talking to Donkey Kong.
I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
I'll say I'm sorry, Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when he
Yeah.
falls out. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Donkey.
Yeah.
I killed you.
That's why I like
Yeah.
controlling Toad because I can berate him and yell at him when he messes up, but it's really
Yeah.
me messing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
Toad, you
But I
idiot.
projected on Toad.
So did you ever get to Ellie's section in Last of Us?
Not
No.
2010.
You'd probably like it. Sorry.
I might like it. I played that game for like, where did I get to?
Let's
I
not.
think
I
I
don't
played it
wanna
for like
bring it
4
up.
or 5 hours.
we're not-
I got to
Right
the
now.
to the town hall
I don't want to talk about it.
where the chick dies and then there's a stupid shootout and I was like, I'm bored with this.
It escalates. It gets good after that.
So
Christ.
there was talk recently of like Alan Wake's sequel
Yeah.
Oh
bringing
yeah,
it to Xbox
by
One.
Sam Lake.
It's not
Yeah.
happening.
Huber says it's not happening.
You don't think so? Why?
Sam Lake.
I don't think they would have released all that if it was happening.
That's a
and
good
they're
point.
so deep. Like, it was pretty much a like, yo, this isn't happening, so we're
Do
going
you
to
think they
show
were
it all.
trying to drum up interest to gauge it?
They
to
are.
see?
They were saying that when they released it, is that they gave all of that. They shopped everything that was released. They shopped it around to everyone, to Microsoft, to all these third parties. No one bit.
No one bit. Well,
Ubisoft
Alan Wake
didn't
was
bite.
Yeah, no one bit.
Alan Wake was not a commercial success, was it? Did it do well?
It did okay.
Yeah, I feel like it just did okay.
Yeah,
right?
it did okay. It didn't like for how long it took. It was probably a failure because it got
Yeah.
delayed so many times.
Plus the live action thing, I think, just makes people uncomfortable still.
It's a story about a writer.
Yeah, nobody likes those.
It's like Johnny
Secret
Depp
window?
Rear
Yeah, nobody likes
not
that.
Rear Window,
Secret
Secret
window.
Window.
Nobody likes that. I like
He
how we
wishes
both
it was Rear
immediately
Window.
went to Secret
Yeah.
window.
Full
So
playthrough,
that's what it
actually. It's
reminded
probably
me
not
of.
Yeah.
When I,
That's
Yeah.
a good full
Played
playthrough.
it.
That's a long game.
It's
um,
like 8 hours.
a game that came out in May that
Oh, wait,
I
hang
always
on a
felt.
second. I feel like we should mention why we're doing a Nights.
Oh, because I'm going to Nolans.
She's going to Nolans. And I wore my glasses because I was in a mosh pit for an hour and a half and I'm tired today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
Will
it was.
you-
I've never
That's
been
why I
so
look like
sweaty
this
and
too.
Will
gross.
you eat some gumbo and clam chowder in a bread bowl? for me?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
Bobby
Yeah.
Burns still going to be down there?
No, I wish.
You could have hooked up with Bobby Burns and his fiance.
Anyway,
Films.
My fiance
Fiance.
left me. She said her fiance.
a game that I always
left
felt
her.
really bad about because it was underrated
My fiance
He
left
got me.
was Blur.
He got me.
Blur.
Hang on. Raising Arizona.
I tested on Blur. That's
Did
one of
you?
the games I tested.
Did
Yeah.
you like
Really?
it?
So this was 2010.
Yeah. No.
Remember the Blur 2 thing?
Blur that's the one where it's like Mario Kart but serious.
You can
Yeah.
do 4-player
Yeah.
local racing.
I
It's
played,
always
I
night.
played that
It's
split
always
screen.
night.
Yeah.
Like Bloodborne.
It has a cool like neon vibe to it.
It's kind of like
It's like
dusk in the beginning.
yeah.
I really liked Blur.
I like the one end.
Did
Really?
you see the Blur
Yeah.
2 thing?
No.
The leaked, that was Blur 2, right?
Oh,
On the
yeah,
building?
when you drive on the side of the building.
My God.
Oh, really?
Blur 2
Blur 2.
looked
Google it.
insane.
When's
It's a video.
When was
Yeah.
that? When was that?
And when this happened,
It's a lot like Alan Wake 2, where it's like they show
Yeah.
the video
That's
after it's
just never gonna
canceled.
happen.
Yeah.
trying to make Burnout.
What year
It
was
was
that?
crazy.
What year was that?
That just came out, this year maybe
I
or
don't
last
know,
year.
yeah.
It seemed pretty recent.
Oh my god.
It looked so good. I was like,
wait,
Blue
so
too.
you're working at EB Games and you're
And
like,
I
I want to try this.
I remember Blur went on sale and I got it.
Okay.
It went
What
on
did you like about it?
just that you could actually do like 4-player local racing,
Okay,
like
cool.
Mario Kart, and I did like how it looked a lot. Thank you. I need those. And I also felt really bad for it because Split Second, I think, came out around the same time.
That's one of the airplanes exploding.
And people compared those games
Yeah, they
very
did.
heavily when they really weren't that similar.
Planes and cars have more in common than we like to admit, I think.
I think so.
I didn't
Is that what
give
your little
Blur a
card said?
chance
That's what my card said, yeah.
because I didn't like the cover.
It's a bad cover.
It's
It
a
is
terrible
it's a poor cover.
It looks like
Like, what are these symbols?
yeah.
Those are the power-ups that you drive
Yeah, I know,
over
but
and you
like,
get.
when you haven't played the game,
It looks
know.
like a shareware like 1999 PC game.
Google the cover of
Yeah.
Blur at home for
Yeah.
an interactive
And I
watching
didn't give it a fair
experience.
chance.
Second screen.
That was my loss. That was my ignorance.
I
and
played it
paid
at my
the
friend
price.
Joe Labazetta's house.
Who?
Joe Labazetta,
man.
he was my friend. We were in a couple of bands together in
Wow.
Chicago.
Going to mosh pits,
had
playing
it-
bands.
Bands.
He had it at his house, and I played it there. It was actually quite a lot of
I want to
fun.
play Blur with Elyse, dude.
Let's play it.
professional.
We should totally play it.
PlayStation 3.
We'll pretend like we're playing Mario Kart. We'll title the stream Mario Kart, and then we'll just play Blur.
And then see how long it takes people to notice.
Yeah.
Be like,
funny
these
idea.
these Wii U graphics are so
Yeah.
incredible.
These graphics, Kyle. These graphics.
Look at this context, Kyle.
June was a light month, unless I'm just missing stuff.
June's always a light month.
Naughty Bear came out, which was yeah. I don't know who
Never even
greenlit
played
that.
it. Nobody
and,
played it.
And Lego Harry Potter years 1
Kudos
through 4.
to
Lego Harry Potter.
sorry, I was gonna say kudos to the marketing team, geniuses for Naughty Bear. You're like, oh, let's call it Naughty Bear. Have like a teddy bear with a samurai sword and blood. That game would have never. I feel like there wouldn't have even been a mention of that game if it weren't for the logo and the title.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Naughty Bear.
Wait, what?
But it's about a naughty bear. What else would they name it?
But that's what like.
The image was
The
like a bear
image-
with a sword,
yeah.
and it just said Naughty Bear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool, like art. I don't know. It made
Okay.
me interested. The
Wait,
game was
really?
the game was a train wreck.
I played.
but just that image was enough for me to like zone in on it. Oh, that looks cool.
It was enough to shut me out.
Oh, is he interrupting you, interrupting him?
Yes.
You got a problem?
Yes. Interruptception. No, but I played a little bit of Lego Harry Potter 3 or one, rented it, I think. And it fell prey to the problem that every single Lego game I've ever played has fallen prey to. I played it for like an hour and a half, like with my friend or girlfriend or whoever at the time, and we're having a good time, and then all of a sudden there's just a brick wall where we have no idea
Yeah.
what we're supposed to do or how to move forward at all. No possible
You know,
way.
at least you gave it a fair chance, unlike these guys with Super Mario Galaxy 2.
I never
I
played
gave
it.
We're
it.
not
I
going
gave
back
the game
to
a
that.
fair
I never
chance.
played
I played it.
Mario
Yeah.
2 Galaxy.
For how long?
I think I own it.
How long do you play it?
I mean, I have
Like
no
30
idea.
minutes? 20 minutes?
Maybe,
It's gonna
You went to the
your heart.
world select
I'm gonna
screen,
say
you're like, I'm done, I'm tapping out.
maybe 10 hours.
I know.
Okay.
I know when I said, "Oh, I'm done,"
Hard quit.
and it's good. It's really gonna break your heart because it's your favorite part. It's when you get the chili peppers for Yoshi.
Come on!
That's when I said I'm done.
And you get the air one where he like floats up. Oh
said
god.
The thing is, you're just going through it's like a puppy mill just pumps out puppies. Mario Galaxy 2 just puppied out levels.
Yeah, and they're puppies. They are
They-
puppies.
they-
And they're
But-
beautiful puppies, but
Every
Galaxy 1,
single level design school or class should they should just pretty much show Super Mario Galaxy
They
2.
should show Bloodborne.
Galaxy
They should say,
One,
here you go.
you're
This
like-
is perfection.
and
in Galaxy 1, you play this
Suikoden.
magnificently crafted level, and then you get to go have some little bit of downtime and explore a new world that's open to you.
Sometimes in our lives there comes a moment where we have to admit that sometimes there's the game that just resonates perfectly for us individually,
yeah.
and that no one else is ever going to agree with us.
They can't all be.
It just
black.
bums
'Cause
me out.
I will tell
They
you
can't
that
all
I'm,
be Bloodborne.
I'm most of the way. I think I'm at like Lego Harry Potter year 4.
Wait, you playing
What?
through them?
James and I were playing them earlier this year.
Really?
Yeah,
And you've made it up to
we're
your.
at
made it
year
to year
4.
4?
Yeah,
Well, then you're
but
better
I think
than
we
I am.
think we hit a spot where we were like,
I was just like,
Yeah.
how do I remember there being a fireplace and Hermione we couldn't get in
you-
there. I don't know what the hell was going on.
you have to make some polyjuice potion.
Leviosa.
Yeah, you needed
Yeah.
the
I don't know.
password. You need the password.
July
Fear
Dragon
the old
Quest
blood.
9.
Yeah, I did not play it.
Which one?
Dragon Quest IX in July.
Oh, don't get Huber started.
Is that the
now.
one with the good music?
I hope Sazanami Style is not
know.
watching.
Is that the one with the good music?
Yes.
It's like a lot of electric guitar.
Oh no. What was the one?
Oh,
that you got
wait,
10
no, I'm
is the
sorry.
one-
Dragon Quest 9, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of?
Dragon Dynasty Warriors 9. Oh. 9's not even
Do you remember the original
It's
theme
8.
song of Dragon's Dogma before the Dark Arisen?
Yes.
The weird like,
Yes.
and then like that person singing. I don't know if it was a man or
Yeah.
a woman. I don't even remember. But like, oh man. Hey, real quick, what's your favorite episode of the new Doctor Who
I haven't seen the new
run?
one.
Um,
Haven't seen it.
All of them.
Dragon Quest IX comes out.
I'm
Huber,
like way behind on that.
did you
show,
even
yeah.
sample it? Did you even buy it?
Purchased Dragon Quest 9.
Were you
Okay.
excited though?
Private.
You're not
I
even
was,
looking at
of course, I
them.
was excited. Dragon Quest 8, Dragon Quest franchise, favorite JRPGs of all
Yeah.
time. I was excited, but I was a little nervous because it was 3DS rather than
Yeah.
PS2, so I was like a little apprehensive.
There's no 3DS at this point. This is just a
Regular
DS game.
DS, regular
3DS is 2011. I looked at that year.
Nice.
Not as excited.
Played 10 or 15 hours
Oh,
and
that's
just
a lot.
so much and just was begging to have a connection to any character. I was like, please just make me care about one person.
Oh god.
Dragon Quest 9.
And they
Yeah.
couldn't give you that.
Because
And
you
the one
make
you love?
8.
What's the one? Oh, 8.
Yeah.
That's the one with the good music, the classical music.
Yeah,
8,
it's
the
got
best.
great music.
Yeah.
So Kyle, it says here that you're from Poughkeepsie.
That's incorrect.
Poughkeepsie, New York. Oh,
Did they
I'll
get
I'll
Limbo
fire that
in
PA.
Poughkeepsie?
Yes, they did.
where are you
What a
from?
great
Upstate
game.
New York?
I am from upstate.
Just
New York.
played through that for the first time,
Really?
actually,
Whoa.
on Vita when it was PS
Damn
Plus.
you!
It was a PS Plus game, got it on
Oh,
Vita.
I bought
Played through it
Limbo
very first time.
on my 360. Paid money for it on my 360
I
back
loved
in the day.
Limbo.
I loved that game too. It was great.
What made you like wait so long to play it?
I think because it was on no, just kidding. What's the even answer? No, it just fell through the cracks. Too many
Yeah.
games.
Fell through those cracks.
Fell through the cracks.
Limbo is like Jaws for indie games because it set us on this path of 2D, slow
platformers.
silhouette-based platformers.
Yeah, it did.
Because after Limbo happened, it was just like, oh, every game has to be a silhouette now. There's been a
Top 10 silhouettes.
flood.
Number 1. Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Nice. He's right.
I liked the level in the Mario 3D world. Didn't care for that game, but the silhouette one was.
You guys are killing me right now with this Mario hate. I'm serious. How
Dude,
can you not just play Mario like this?
The new Marios are infuriating when you try to play them co-op because you hit each other, and it's the worst. The new Mario Brothers Wii, new Super Mario Brothers Wii, the 2D ones.
Okay, those are filler.
Unplayable.
In anime terms, those are filler.
They are
I'm talking core
crap.
Mario games.
Filler's not an anime
You know, it was a
exclusive term.
great multiplayer co-op experience.
I like it in reference to anime.
August 2010, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh my gosh.
Xbox Live.
What part of
arcade
Fast
Yeah.
and Loose don't you understand?
Beat
Beat
'em
'em
up.
game. Oh, I love this
That
game.
music.
That game was fantastic. Anime
Yes.
Noguchi doing the soundtrack. Got
Best
the little
soundtrack.
Toronto map.
Yeah.
So good. 10 out of
Couldn't
10.
even
It was,
happier.
it
Played
was a
with my
quality
roommate
demo.
for
I
Instead of
liked the
trying to
demo.
make some like silly tie-in game, they were like, we're just gonna make it look like the comic books.
Who are the 4 playable characters?
There's Scott, Ramona,
Knives. She was DLC, right?
Knives was DLC.
Yeah.
And then
Was there Kim?
There was one of the guys.
Kim was,
And the other
Who was
band
in
guy.
that guy?
and then the other
Who's
guy.
the guy?
It was
His
the guy. The
roommate?
other guy.
He's just not his
Yeah.
roommate, but just
The
one
other
of
guy
the-
in the band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve
Garbage
His
truck,
name.
truck,
Yeah.
truck.
What's his name? Paul Robertson did the sprite work too. It's sick. Just really crazy.
Game is
Yeah.
beautiful.
This game's still
Everything about that
Is he
game.
the guy who did my background on my computer?
Probably.
I thought you were gonna say,
Yes,
is he the
all-
guy that
all
did
the
my
Souls
back?
characters?
The Souls characters?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Same
remember
guy.
Robertson was
Yeah,
he's
he's
super
legit.
good at
I like
He's
that
the best in the
encounters
biz.
in that game are meaningful. There's no like throwaway enemies.
You know what's
There's
not-
not just like punch, getting through. Every time you fight someone, it's like, all right, we're gonna settle into a fight for like 30, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what's
Yeah.
not meaningful though? Scott and Ramona's relationship in the film.
I didn't really like the movie.
There's nothing to their relationship. I'm like, you've got way more in common with Knives. I wish at the end he just didn't end up with anybody.
Yeah.
Because Ramona,
Well-
there's like nothing to her. She's kind of mean to him.
Spoiler: the
He's
comics.
kind of a trash
The comics
pile.
are different.
Yeah, the comics are different. I heard.
Are they
Yeah.
still going?
I
feel
like that
comics just
Knives
go
was like, I'm
forever.
too
They're
cool
done.
for
They're
you. That
done.
was good. But like, oh man,
The game has multiple endings. You can get an ending where Scott ends up with no one.
good.
Yeah.
The true ending.
I think I got the true ending.
Cool.
Do you go in the clouds and like fight the final boss?
Yes, there's no true ending. It just depends on which character you're playing as.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light also came out in August 2010.
Which one? I can't
You know
hear
what?
you.
I was playing a lot of Scott Pilgrim at the time.
Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's one. I think it was like one of those isometric kind of ones.
Yeah, really
right?
good co-op.
Just
Yeah.
like the Temple
one,
of
a two-player.
Osiris.
Yeah. Not the best like Lara
Based
Croft
on the
games, but still
novel
fun.
Did that game
by
come out?
Sapphire.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like that game
Came out
just
like over
came and
Christmas,
went.
right?
Temple
Yeah.
of
First one was
Osiris?
so hyped and felt like it lasted a long time. This new one kind of just whoop.
You know
They
what else
should have
is?
made it a fall game. They
Yeah.
released it in the fall.
You know what else is really hyped?
Oh my god.
Metroid Other M. August 2010.
God.
No wonder this game. Also, it came out in 2010. Like that's what you're doing when Red Dead Redemption just came out.
That game
Unfair to
pisses me
compare
off.
anything to Rockstar.
That game
Yeah.
pisses me off so much.
Let's get into it.
Like,
Open
Brad
the
likes
pod.
the 2D stuff was kind of
You're
fun.
rolling
The
around, you're in the
story
ball.
was so bad. Like,
can go wherever you
oh,
want.
I'm Samus Aran. I'm the chief badass of the universe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not use my stuff until some man tells me to. She has it all. She could get herself out of this situation by using the missiles, but she doesn't. She almost dies until Granddaddy Warbucks or whatever tells her to use her missiles. I'm like,
What's
this
the
is
context of that?
most
What does he say?
sexist
What does he
bullshit
say?
ever. There hardly is any context.
Is she like dying and he was like, use your missiles?
No, he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and allow you to unlock your missiles. He
Really?
like, allows it.
What?
If I recall, it's like very sexist.
Whoa.
You
It's
control
weird.
it with just the Wii remote.
That's also true.
That's it.
Oh God, we need another
we need a
Metroid
Metroid
game.
game.
We need a Metroid game.
From the creators of Super Mario Galaxy 2 comes the new Metroid game, and it is a 10 out of 10.
And it's just levels.
Yeah,
There's
not
just like a
not
road map and
interconnected. if it was like not interconnected, I would.
And
I would
Samus has a drill,
scream.
and she's just
She
drilling
goes
through
up, there's
levels.
circles everywhere.
Yeah.
For some reason,
She
and then
flies
you
around
have
in a
to.
big spaceship that's shaped like her face.
It's all co-op, and you hit each other, and it's really annoying.
Here's a doozy. September, Final Fantasy 14.
Damiani. Praise Damiani.
But it came out and it was bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's mad at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
2010.
Oh
he's
man,
mad.
I played
Hand.
the beta before it was out, and boy was it bad. It's really fun just thinking
It's
of
really
that.
fun.
It's really fun thinking of that, where it was
And
and,
what it
where it
is
is now.
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk
Oh,
about
do we have
turnaround.
any B-roll for that thing? The just played.
I'll get some.
Okay. I have Chroma Squad, I think. Yeah. But when did Realm Reborn come out? 2013? 2014?
It was a couple, a year or two.
Shoot, yeah,
It
a
was
while.
close to- yeah,
'Cause it was like
a year
a
before this.
while.
It was like a year or two where it was like
Yeah.
really bad, right?
It became free. It became just play this for free. No
For a
monthly
while?
fee. Yeah.
Dude, they just added. They're adding tokens in
Now
World
it
of
has a
Warcraft.
monthly fee,
How
though,
cool is
right?
that?
Yes,
You can
it
just
does
buy
monthly
buy
fee now.
game time with your in-game gold now.
Like
If it's
EVE
working, it's working.
Online.
That's cool.
EVE Online, I bought 2 Plex and used one for a month of the game and then sold a Plex in-game and got like 1 billion ISK and bought like 1 ship.
Do you play MMOs, Elyse?
Not
This is back
really
in the day.
built
Have
for
you ever played one?
MMOs.
She's not built for it.
Not
Dragon's
actively.
Dogma Online.
MMOs.
You're gonna play Dragon's Dogma Online
No.
with us?
It is
No.
gonna be
Come
good,
on,
I hope.
Elyse.
No, I'm not.
I can see you in the back of some
I'm not a
caster,
social-
just like
I'm not a social gamer. One of my friends is trying to get me to play Heroes of the Storm
Ben Moore.
right now. No.
Ben Moore got us
Ian, I
all
guess.
playing.
Here's the thing with I was thinking about this earlier today because earlier today I was looking at the Elder Scrolls Online thing. I always MMOs always look appealing to me, but then I remember the gameplay of them is so meaningless because it's just meant to go on and on and on forever. And I guess if I
Well,
wanted
there's
to,
two.
if I wanted to jump in and just like unwind, if that was like, because that might be a cool thing, and like if there was a game that did that for me, I would do it. But I realized the thing I like, like one of the big things I'm looking forward to in No Man's Sky, and one of the things I do like about the Souls games is you're online. There's the sense of being connected to the world, but you don't have to interact with anybody.
Yeah. If I,
You
I
can
would,
do, and if you do, it's like speechless.
Well,
I
that's
would rather
why-
play with strangers.
Yeah.
That I don't have to interact with.
Yeah.
Than play with people I know.
It's MMOs.
I don't want to have to talk to anybody.
For me personally, MMOs largely dependent on which of my friends are playing.
Oh,
If I want to play an MMO and none of my friends are going to play it, I'm
Forget
screwed.
about it.
I'm shit. Yeah, I'm SOL.
I just don't like how those games look either. I don't
Most
like
of them are
the
hideous.
long games.
Oh, dude.
Final Fantasy 14 looks pretty good.
Overwatch, I'm super pumped for because they're releasing these character trailers, and I'm like, oh my god,
that's
that's
a
what the
shooter.
character's
That's
gonna.
shooter.
It's a shooter, but it's still the same like MMO concept of playing online in these arenas with your friends. But I'm like, I'm gonna be playing that actual character that I'm gonna be seeing on the screen, as opposed to then this like little, like, you know,
I love the
thing that I
pace of an MMO.
can't. I can't even make
though.
out the details of
They're
like
very relaxing.
their.
Well, it
Oh,
must.
so you're comparing it
I
to
feel like it's
Heroes of the Storm.
comparing
Here's
to
the
more of that like
Storm
or like a
or-
league.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, I mean,
They're very
MOBAs are a
similar.
different thing.
Yeah.
Like, MOBAs are really
Come on.
stressful.
Leveling up with your buddies.
I'm not talking about like a
going
14
out into
was
the
fun.
DC
wilderness,
Infinite Crisis.
turning in some quests. You come back to town. You just leveled up a few times. You're like browsing the shops. You're hanging out. You got your fresh cup of coffee right there. Nothing like it, dude. MMOs.
The problem I have,
So
the problem I have with
fun.
MMOs
So
is
fun.
like the last time I tried to play with my friend, who will go nameless.
Ben Moore.
No comment. He was off doing stuff. He was a couple levels ahead of me. We were in the same area though, so we could do stuff together. And then the next time we tried to play together, he was like 70 levels ahead of
Yeah,
me
there's
and
always that
berated
guy.
me. And I'm just like, oh, what the hell? I can't play with
That's
this.
like Brad and I. We're always like competing to get
Yeah. I think I'm a
Really?
higher level than you in Bloodborne now.
Yeah,
probably.
I'll
I
never
got my
invest enough
platinum, dude.
time.
Done.
Yeah, me too.
Platinum uninstall.
Platinum. I can't believe you uninstalled
I'm
it.
done.
You're psycho.
Beat the game 3 times.
You have so much space though. You didn't have to uninstall that.
Are there
It seems spiteful.
Anytime I'm done with the game, I uninstall it immediately.
are there any like
it's
MMOs
like my
you
queue.
play? Anything
Psycho.
like that?
No.
Let's all jump into Elder Scrolls Online.
Let's do it. I'm
Elder
down. If
Scrolls
you're in, I'm
Online.
play
in.
it together
If
on
you're in, I'm in.
PS4 and just see what
Wait,
happens.
is it on PS4 now already?
I
It's
think,
coming, right?
I think you can get in the beta.
Dude,
I saw what's his name was playing it a lot.
I'm in. You
I'm not in.
in? Come on.
No, let's just
Come
do it as a
on.
social experiment. 1 month.
Please.
If it's for just played or something,
It's for an
Yeah.
experiment.
Yeah.
1 month, people who
Elise?
don't play MMOs.
Can I
Elise,
tell
you
you?
too.
No, can I tell
People
you?
who don't
my-
play MMOs.
Please.
So it was my birthday on the weekend, and James was like, "What do you want to play?"
Porpy Borthor.
I said, "Play Left 4 Dead 2 with me."
Whoa.
So we played Left 4 Dead 2
Who'd you
for like
pick?
2 hours.
That's
we
really
just
cool.
randomly selected characters.
Who
so
did you play
I was
as?
Rochelle.
Okay, who is he?
He was not Coach, not Ellis, but I don't remember the other guy's name.
Oh, the guy with the suit.
Yeah.
I forget his name. It's
Nick.
been so long. Nick.
That's a cool birthday game.
Yeah, I was like,
So
that's
fun.
my ideal, beautiful multiplayer experience. I had a great time.
Did you play on expert?
Oh, normal Huber.
On expert, man. You gotta watch your shots. You can't just spam. It's so fun.
Anyway, October. This
Oh,
is
we're
where
getting
shit
in the
gets
thick of it.
real.
Halloween.
Super Meat Boy, Kirby's Epic Yarn,
Super Meat Boy.
Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. Put this in here for you. You don't like
No,
it?
I don't play in those games. Filler.
Which one?
Filler.
Which
Pokemon
one?
Ranger Guardian Signs. So Super Meat Boy, Kirby's Epic Yarn, Dead Rising 2, Fallout New Vegas, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, Rock Band 3. Rock Band 3 came
These
out
are a
in
lot
2010.
of dreadful games.
There were
huh?
some
You
games
didn't like
that
New Vegas?
No.
some games
Why
I
not?
included
Okay.
that were interesting
I'm
were
in.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow.
Wait, are we still in October?
Yeah, this is October.
Okay.
Well, this is stacked. One.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Batman the Brave and the Bold I put in here because I so wanted that to be an enjoyable game.
I've
Why
never
do you like the
heard
show?
of that.
I liked the cartoon style. I had heard that the show was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But
Way
then
forward, I think.
the-
Man, this
the
show used
gameplay
to
was
be
really
fast
boring.
and loose.
Yeah, it's
Um,
rigid.
Wait, I want to hear more about October.
Lego Universe. Do you guys remember Lego
Is it like
Universe?
a dinosaur?
Was that the
on cover?
MMO?
Yeah, I totally forgot about this.
Is it
Yeah.
still going?
2012 ended.
Oh,
Nice. 2
They
years.
just it like
Yeah.
happened and then you never heard a thing and then it was gone.
Yeah, so weird. I
Wait,
think
why didn't you like New Vegas though? For real?
So Fallout is my Galaxy 2. I know.
Galaxy 2 is your Galaxy 2.
I'm so into my.
Which
I'm in the-
Fallout? Which Fallout?
I don't like Fallout 3 or New Vegas.
Why?
Like that world.
I do
But
not
you
enjoy.
like Fallout 1 and 2.
They're way
What about
different.
tactics?
They were all right. I've never been huge on it. It's
You
just
just don't
boring.
like it.
Vibes.
Yeah, it's the vibes. I hate being in that world. The characters are all robotic and stiff. I have no connection to anyone or anything that I'm doing. I've tried so hard to get into those games. I got Fallout 3 on PC when it came out. I got New Vegas. Played them for tens of hours. Hard quit. Beat 3.
Whoa.
Forced my way
You
through.
beat 3?
Beat 3 forced my way through because it was so hyped.
3 was the one that taught me a
And
valuable
just-
lesson about games that are open world that don't continue after you beat them. I think they patched it later that it did,
Yeah.
But when I beat that one, I couldn't keep doing stuff, and I had stuff I still wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was so bummed.
Is that it for October?
I want to get into the new one. Hopefully, I like it.
Rock Band 3 was huge for me. I played a lot of Rock Band 3.
That was the introduction to the guitar. So yes, I did.
Oh.
the guitar that come in
I
there.
played 2 a lot.
Yeah, I played 2.
Guitar
a
Hero
lot
2?
too.
Not
Yeah.
Rock Band.
I was always Guitar
sorry,
Hero.
Rock
I
Band
never had
too.
Rock bands.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
what
more-
are we
talking about? Rock
that's more
Band?
We're talking about Rock Band 3?
Yeah.
Rock Band 3
2010.
with the drums
Rock
and the
Band
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
yes, Huber.
Introduced the guitar and I think
Wait,
also like
what?
the realistic guitar.
How many rock
which I think-
bands
Yeah.
are there?
What are you confused about right now?
How many rock bands are
They
there?
just announced 4. 4 is coming this year.
Wait, they just announced. So it's been
Yeah.
5 years,
Yeah,
5 years since 3.
How fast was 1, 2, 3?
like one a year.
pretty fast because I think Beatles is in there too.
Yeah, there was Beatles Rock Band, and then they would do all like the expansion packs. Like they did like country track
This is
pack
blowing my
and
mind.
the ACDC.
They're still releasing tracks.
I thought
Yeah.
AC/DC was Guitar Hero.
It is.
Every-
Well, I mean, they stopped releasing tracks for a while, but then they started doing it again.
Yeah, like every
hard
week
quit
on PSN, it's
after
just
Guitar
like,
Hero
what?
80s. That was my finale.
Nice.
Hold On Loosely.
Swan
38
song.
Special. What's up?
November is really interesting. There's nothing to talk about in December.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the November games came out for the like Christmas push. Donkey Kong Country returns.
I didn't play
play
it that
that.
time. I don't own a Wii at this point in my life.
Oh,
Isn't that crazy?
you. of
What
all
do you
people.
own?
I owned a Wii.
PS3.
Okay.
I had a Wii first. I remember I got a Wii remote, and I would just kind of waggle it around, and then I got a Wii.
That's funny.
You just pretend.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
then I bought my friend's Xbox 360, and then my dad got a PS3 for like a Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh hell no! So then I got a PS3.
It took a long time for me to get a PS3. That Metal Gear bundle.
Yeah.
PS3 was the
So
one,
expensive for
the
a
way,
while.
the truth, and the light.
$600, right? When
Yeah,
came
it
out?
was
$600.
pricey.
Is that crazy?
How much was the Xbox One though? $599.
They were all comparable, I think.
No, Xbox One was not $599. It was
$499.
$500.
$499, yeah, with
Yeah.
the Kinect, and then $399 now without.
No, you can get it for like $330 now or $350.
Oh yeah, now
The
it's like
Xbox
latest.
360?
Xbox One.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gran Turismo 5 came out then after a long wait. COD Black Ops, the first one, came out.
So nothing came out in November. That's
The
weird.
Sims 3. And that 007 GoldenEye remake for the Wii came out.
Wait, repeat that one more time. I think there's 0 games I've played this month.
Donkey Kong Country Returns,
Right.
Gran Turismo 5, COD Black Ops, The Sims 3, and 007 GoldenEye remake.
I'm just playing nothing all month.
That's a dark month.
Because I had 0 on October as well.
Yeah. What were you playing?
Backlog,
No
baby.
idea.
You're playing your backlog. You're
did.
chipping
That's
away.
okay.
2010.
Backlog
Let's hop
there.
back. September, I moved here.
Yeah.
I was living in Hollywood,
Cool.
and it was a nightmare.
Hollywood up to no good.
Hollywood is a nightmare. It's
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
worst. Never go on vacation to Hollywood.
Very creepy.
If you're going on vacation, go to like Santa Monica. That's what you want to see. Go to Burbank if you want to see the studios. Maybe Culver City. There's a couple there. Do not go to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to the Chinese theater. It
Go
smells
there
like
and
pee. Look at the stars for a couple of minutes and then get the hell
You know,
out.
Yeah,
you
get
know what
out.
else smells like pee? The Kinect, which came out
Oh Lord.
In 2010.
2010.
You don't allow.
Oh,
You just
no.
do not allow conversation
2010.
anymore.
Elyse, you had me so excited about 2010. It's taken a real turn these last couple months.
They have. I did not expect this. Did
Yeah.
not anticipate.
GTA
Low
5
and rigid.
prologue really just killed GTA 5 for me. I was done with that before the game even came out.
Yeah, who
GTA
cares?
5?
Who cares? Gran Turismo we're talking
Gran
about.
Turismo 5.
Look at Gran Turismo's sales, man. Those are huge games.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo's awesome.
Gran Turismo 1, I was all about.
Gran
We
Turismo
played it in a
3.
tent in my backyard listening to Smashing Pumpkins' Adore, I think. Also, we played a lot of the Need for Speed on the PS3. We would camp in the backyard with a mattress and a TV.
What a charmed
really
life.
awesome. Yeah, that sounds really jolly.
It was a lot of fun.
So Kinect came out November of 2010.
Yeah, and then they released like 5 Kinect games. There was like Kinectimals,
Yeah.
Sport Rivals, or whatever. There was the driving one. I don't remember what they were.
Kinect was
but there were
bad.
Kinect Adventure, I think, is the one that sold the best.
Kinect Adventure.
And
yeah.
Kinect Sports.
Yep, and there was maybe like a boxing or AMA one, MMA one.
Do you think combining Kinect with VR will be any good?
Like the HoloLens?
Like wear a VR headset while being in front of a Kinect?
Maybe.
Isn't that kind of like what the View is or whatever
Yeah.
it is? The Vive? What is it? The
Vive.
Vive.
Vive. Yeah, that is what the Vive is. It's
I
got
mean,
cameras.
so
to a
weird.
position.
Elyse Willems, is
Vive.
VR here to stay? Will
if
it
they
come
can
to stay?
if it can reach a price point that is accessible for like the average person.
So
that
right
can
now,
own it.
someone says, Elyse Willems, come here. Come around the back alley.
Oh, whoa.
Say,
No, no,
yo,
no.
yo,
Don't-
Elyse.
Don't follow
You
him.
want to buy a V?
They say, yo, I got a Morpheus.
Why is it Vive?
I got a Morpheus with No Man's Sky for $3.99. You in?
No,
That's
that's
too
way too
high.
much for one game.
You could get it. You could get it at Best Buy.
$2.99.
No, no.
A
You could get
Morpheus
it at Best
and
Buy.
a game for
A Morpheus is
$2.99?
gonna be $200.
If Silent Hills
gonna be
had
$300.
come out
It's gonna be $200.
on the Morpheus,
If it's more than 2, they're screwed.
$250.
if Silent
No.
Hills had come out on the Morpheus, it could have happened.
That'd be too damn scary. That'd be
be
too
too damn
damn
scary.
scary.
That'd be too
But
scary.
the problem is
No
that
Man's Sky and the
nobody can
Morpheus.
afford.
$260.
Like nobody can afford to buy these. It's a peripheral essentially, and then there are no games for it. It's like kind of like this cyclical thing of like nobody's developing great games for this.
What if that's
so
what's
nobody's
delaying The
buying it, but
Witness?
then nobody's buying it, so nobody's developing good games for
Yeah.
it.
What if that's what's delaying The Witness?
Was he developing that for VR?
Probably not. But what if they are now?
Uh,
Because what's taking so long? I
no,
want
it's
to play The
puzzles.
Witness.
It's just hundreds of puzzles.
Ran out of money.
I want to play The Witness. I love it, and I want to play it. It's so good.
It's coming.
So what did Sony
No
have in
Man's
November?
Sky.
Is it really just Gran Turismo?
I think that. I mean,
And
there
Call
may
of
be
Duty.
some other stuff. But
And Nintendo just put out Kirby's Epic Yarn and called it a Christmas?
Kirby's Epic Yarn and Donkey Kong Country
Donkey
Returns.
Kong.
True, and that was the best-selling Donkey
Come
Kong ever.
on.
Yeah, yeah.
They were
yeah.
crushing it.
Yeah.
And I think Kirby's Epic Yarn is a pretty good game.
So wait, where did you live in
Yeah.
2010?
I'm here. I'm in LA.
Oh, when did you move here?
I moved here in 2008.
Woof.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What keeps us here?
What keeps us here? Our jabs.
The air
Wait,
is
so is that it?
poison.
That's the end of
That's
the year.
it. That's it.
So
What was the
that
very
a-
last game
That's
released?
a strange example of a year peaking way early.
It did peak
Yeah,
way early.
yeah. The first half.
I
So
mean,
let's all give a game
but
of the
you have
year
to remember-
2010 right now.
you have to-
Oh yeah, yeah.
Peaking early, Kyle.
I meant to look up. Oh, and you know what? I think StarCraft
Donkey
2
Kong
came out.
What's up?
I think StarCraft 2
Wings
came out.
of
Wings of
freaking
Liberty?
Liberty.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 2000. That's all I was doing in 2010. For real.
Wait, can I look at the list
Yeah.
again to see?
Come on, you
What
have
would my goatee
Galaxy
be?
2, you have Red Dead. This is a hell
What
of a
did
year.
GameTrailers give it? Galaxy 2?
Probably
think
Red.
so. Look
it up.
Probably
I meant
Red
to look it
Dead.
up and then
Probably
I
Red
forgot.
Dead.
Game of the year, 2010?
Yeah. I
It
think it did go
was-
to Galaxy.
Whoa,
Galaxy
Civ
2.
5! You just breezed right over Civ 5.
It was Galaxy 2.
We didn't have
Civ
time.
5 is huge.
We didn't have time.
Didn't have time fast and
We
goddamn
didn't have time.
loose.
We didn't have time.
Wait.
Oh God, it's
we
all
didn't talk
falling
about God of
apart.
War 3.
It's all falling apart.
Yeah, I don't know how we skipped that. I mean,
God
if-
of War 3!
I mean, the thing is,
We
Ian
didn't shit all over Castlevania Lord of Shadow.
Ian pushes the conversation off track, so I can't hit all the
Off
big
track!
games.
I
course,
glom onto one of the games you mentioned and discuss it. How's
Man.
that off track?
The whole Athena thing, God of War 3,
God of War is not on this list.
kind of sad.
It happened in March. God of War 3 in March.
Man, just like God of War
Damn
2's
it.
ending is too much hype. You know what I mean? The finale
Sonic
of
and
God of War
All-Stars-
2
Sony and
sets
Sega
the
also
stage
did?
for like the biggest showdown.
Is it? He's climbing
Oh,
Mount
Yes,
Olympus.
yeah, with the Titans.
Yeah. You're right, and that doesn't necessarily pay off. It
For
almost does in
years,
the intro.
yeah.
Yeah. But you're right. You want to be on Mount Olympus.
I'm
Just
trying to
taking
find
everyone
this.
down.
999. You like that game? You didn't even mention it.
I'm really excited for new God of War.
Yeah, I
can't
like
wait to see what they
999,
do.
but you know,
This show used to be.
I'm trying to
fast
find what
and
the game of the
loose.
year
Sorry,
game
bar
was.
log.
So I'm also curious on Xbox what the hardcore game was of the
Mass
Christmas
Effect
season.
2. Oh, the Christmas
Call of Duty.
season?
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Black Ops was a really big deal at the time, actually.
Rock Band might have still been hanging on. New Vegas came out on both. That was October though.
So
Oh,
Game
cool, yeah.
Trailers 2010 Game of the Year Mass Effect 2.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an okay vote.
For me, 2010, it's between
Mass Effect 2 over Galaxy 2?
It's
Yeah.
in It's between Mass Effect 2, Silent Hill: Shattered Memories, and Red Dead for me.
You know
Mass
what's really,
Effect 2 over
what's
Red
really
Dead?
interesting? The 2009 Game Trailers Game of the Year was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, it's because Shane's
we've,
a
we've
butt.
been living with that ever since. People still think of us for that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we were under
Anyway,
Effect 2.
a despotic
game.
rule.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a game, though.
well, we better end here so we can cut out that despotic rule
what's
comment.
everybody's game of the year? I want to know what your game
For
of the
this
year
year?
is. For 2010. Yeah.
Oh man.
What's your pick?
You guys go
decide.
ahead. I don't
Galaxy 2, no question.
I'm having a tough time too.
I've got it down to 3
Okay.
Love Red Dead, though.
between
Silent
Silent Hill:
Hill:
Shattered
Shattered
Memories, Mass Effect 2, and Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Silent Hill: Shattered Memories is the third best Silent Hill, probably.
Between 2 and 1? Or 2,
Yeah.
1, that?
2, 1, Shattered Memories, 3, 4.
4's good. 4's a
4,
good
then
game.
4, and then, the other bullshit. Well, unless we're counting PT, then
Doesn't count.
PT is like probably the third best.
Doesn't exist.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, I said
Oh,
that.
you did?
Probably Red Dead.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great game.
I guess mine's
Mass
Star
Effect 2 is
Galaxy
really
2 or Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Wow, how did Jones let Mass Effect 2 beat Red Dead?
Yeah.
How did that
Jones
happen?
didn't have a say back
Oh
then.
yeah, he didn't. They didn't even care for his opinion at
They
that
didn't
point.
ask
What?
Jones.
He
Jones was only the VO guy.
Yeah.
And he would write some stuff back
How
then.
funny is that?
That is bizarre.
He was a slave to his own machine.
Wow,
And now he's back on top.
that's unacceptable.
Well, we hope you're back on top.
Yeah, unless you don't want to be.
Stay tuned for something Galaxy 2 related with these two people. It's happening. Making it happen.
I should play that one.
Uber.
I liked the music of the first
Uber
one.
investigates.
Full playthrough Friday, 60 hours.
It's a
How
long
long would
game.
it take to play?
It's a long game.
It'd take a few Fridays.
15, 20 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
We can
thanks
do
for
it.
watching, everybody.
Bye, thanks
What,
for
are we
watching,
ending
everybody.
it?
Turtle Doves!
Are we ending it?
Yeah, we can do a little bit of jibber jabber here because we'll have to roll in the
Jibber jabber.
The
annotation click
annotation
Okay.
clickouts?
We can do a little jibber jabber right now.
Annotations.
I just want to play Galaxy 2 right now.
I dare you
Let's
to.
do it.
Let's do
Hubert,
it.
you don't have time. Did you get that countdown entry
I
in?
did.
Nice.
Maybe you do
It's
have some
already
time.
I wrote mine too.
It's already
We're all champs.
Today
except
doesn't
for
feel like
Bosman.
Monday. Maybe because we're doing this.
Monday.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Right, we gotta start
Yeah.
streaming soon. What time is
What
it?
I'm ready
time
to
is
go
it?
home.
Monday?
It's
What a
4:40.
Oh,
What
my
a
gosh.
day.
It's
Okay.
about
But you know, the rest
5.
of the week's going to be light. It's going to lighten up.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean,
No.
weather-wise?
We don't have to do mandatory update.
I got a
True.
review.
Because you're going to
I'm
Nolans.
not a hero.
Nolans.
Okay.
Should be getting that soon.
Listen to the card clicks. You didn't even use your cards. I'm offended.
What was on them?
They're blank.
They're all blank.
Very clever.
They're all blank.
Well, thanks for doing the show, you guys.
Now that's a reveal. That's a reveal for you.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 50 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's a socket over here. You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on. There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass
They
hysteria.
very
What do
much
they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up!
specialist in all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. The medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. a widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Called this afternoon by the President. Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer satellite shot to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering? Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump? Look.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
logical explanation that we
proved.
have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
This seems to
I
be...
must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
And Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between them?
Definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded?
An unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Could have happened.
Have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for the
later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Perhaps there will be a report.
Yes.
A
Later.
full report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
We're hoping to get some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get care in there, we could get help for her.
Cosmo is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming, and Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong. How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
For NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening. Do you have any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me stress the importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic complications? Well,
Look, you go down there and tell... Now, Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver. Cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't done anything.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Make Molotov cocktails and hold them out while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
Place to flee for safety, except to the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.